Hi, scholars. I am so excited for Read Aloud today because we are learning about a new type of text. In the past, we had been reading fiction texts. Fiction texts have characters, problems and solutions, different settings, and sequencing. But fiction text is made up. That means that it's not real. So today we are going to start reading nonfiction texts. Nonfiction texts can teach us about information that we may want to learn more about or don't know anything about at all. So today we are starting to read a book called Brown Bears. And we're only going to read one chapter today, and we're going to continue reading the next two chapters on Wednesday and Thursday. So I'm super excited to start this. Chapter 1. Alaska's Big Bears. Do you know where the world's biggest fishermen live? They live in Alaska. They are not people. They are brown bears. Ooh, I noticed that the pictures in this story are photographs. Photographs are real pictures that someone took with a camera. So I know that someone went out here and took this picture, and it's of something that's really happening in life. Let's think about some things that we may already know about brown bears. We already know that brown bears are brown. And I already know some other thing about bears. So let's think about some other things that you may know about bears. Maybe you know that they hunt. Maybe you know that they live in forests. I know that a lot of you thought of some really juicy answers. So, scholars, I have picked out this book because I'm super interested in brown bears and want to know more about them. So let's keep reading to figure out some facts since we are reading a nonfiction text. The world has 8 species or kinds of bears. All species of bears are large and furry. All of them have stubby tails and paws with long, sharp claws. Scholars, remember, we're reading a nonfiction text. A nonfiction text teaches readers facts or real events. When I read these pages, I am reading to get information about brown bears. I get a lot of information about brown bears in this nonfiction text. I am even learning the answer to some of the questions like, where do brown bears live? So far, I've read that brown bears live in Alaska. Alaska is a state in America. It's very cold in Alaska. Remember, so we learned brown bears live in Alaska. Brown bears are the world's biggest bears. Their fur is usually medium brown. Some brown bears have light brown fur. Others have fur that is almost black. Brown bears live in wild parts of Europe, Asia, and North America. In North America, most brown bears are called grizzly bears. Scholars, think to yourself, what kind of text is Miss Weed reading right now? If you said nonfiction text, you get a thumbs up. You got it. Now, what tells you that this is a nonfiction text? Think to yourself. It's a nonfiction text because it's telling us facts or real things about brown bears. All right. Some brown bears live on Alaska's southern coast. Many of these bears live on the mainland, near the ocean. Others live on islands. These brown bears are often called brownies. Sometimes they are called big brown bears. Ooh, so this picture, the photograph, has a caption, and the caption says, "Brownies are found in southern Alaska. They live near the ocean." So this is showing us a picture of southern Alaska, which is a state that's in America. So we know that it's real. All brown bears. Whoops, my bad. Brownies are bigger than other brown bears. A male brownie may be nearly 10 feet tall when he stands on his back legs. He can almost bump his head on a basketball hoop. He may weigh more than 1,500 pounds. Whoa. That is more than an entire class of second graders, or even bigger than our class and U of I, or all of kindergartners combined, so Northwestern and U of I. Whoa. Ooh, here's another photograph that we have with a caption. It says, "Brownies are strong animals. They are much bigger than other animals." Ooh, here's another photograph that we have. This is a photograph that's in Alaska, and I know that by reading the caption. Alaska has many wild areas. Brownies live in wild places like this one. So we see that brown bear living in the wild in Alaska. A habitat is a place where a kind of animal can live and grow. Alaska's southern coast has beaches, rivers, and streams. They are shrubby hills, meadows, and forests. There are mountains and valleys. These places are the habitat of Alaska's giant bears. Scholars, what is a nonfiction text? Ooh, maybe this would be a good time to put your turtles up and tell yourself, what is a nonfiction text? All right, turtles back down. A nonfiction text is a text that tells us information that is true and real. We call those facts. All right, scholars, that's the end of chapter 1. Now, I want you to think to yourself, what is something that you learned in that first chapter about brown bears? I'll go first. I didn't know that brown bears were sometimes called brownies. I think that's really cute and funny, and it's also different because it also means that they're a different kind of bear. So I thought that was really interesting. Another interesting fact I learned is that brown bears live by the ocean in Alaska. I would have thought that brown bears live in forests. So, I learned something new and learned that what I thought before maybe isn't always right. So I want you to think to yourself right now something that you learned from that first chapter. All right, scholars, I had such a fun time reading that first chapter and learning so many new facts about brown bears in this nonfiction text. I look forward to reading 2 more chapters from this book, Brown Bears, in our next coming videos. All right, bye.